Uh,
I
there's
I
nobody else
finished.
joining us. Yay! I feel like I knew some like negatives of like, I mean, compared to other, I guess, actresses. Like she always seemed like there was something going on, but I didn't know it was this much. Like, I feel sad. I feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
I think I had heard previously that she didn't like acting, but I didn't realize it was because she just wanted to make her mom happy.
It kind of
she
reminded
never liked it.
It kind of reminded me of Gypsy Rose. Have you guys seen that movie? I mean, I know it's based off a true story, but they had like a TV show on it where the mother's just like crazy.
I haven't seen it, but I heard about it.
It's interesting if you
Yeah.
want something just to disassociate with.
Yeah, that's that's the one that the mom was pretty much saying that the girl had a lot of diseases.
Yeah, had a lot of diseases and like would even give her the medication that those diseases required.
Yeah.
And very much like this story, or not story, real life event, the mom ended up dying and she was kind of like relieved.
Yeah, that's sad.
That one's in a they
I
made a series about it, right?
They made theories.
Is different. The mom is like causing this girl to have OCD and stuff.
Yes.
Like whereas that was the mom was like making her actually sick.
Actually, yes, because she was also like poisoning her too.
Yeah. But this one, the mom doesn't even really realize it. Or maybe she knows, but she's just extremely desperate. It's like what she's always, it seems like that's what she's always wanted. And she's kind of just like living through her daughter.
Living vicariously through your children. That's sad.
I think it's so sad how the grandpa's like, you need to live like a child, and he gives her the little squishy.
Oh yeah.
I wonder, because you know how she's like, oh good, now that I got this part, like everything's gonna be happy, but like it's not. I'm curious what's gonna happen. Like, are the parents gonna divorce, or would they move? It doesn't really sound like the dad's like really in the picture. Like he's there, but like she doesn't really like. It's very rare where she actually brings him up. He just kind of comes in and goes.
And she makes him sound like empty, like not much is going on.
Yeah, like he's just like the body is just there and he's not really paying attention. Because I think where was it when they went on the bike ride and she missed her class or something. And she was, what was she saying? Oh, that he was focusing on like add more lemon. And like he was so like, I don't remember what she was thinking, that she was kind of worried, like, oh my gosh, my dad's gonna notice. And he was just like, more lemon, please. More lemon, please. And I'm like, I don't know, that seemed weird.
Yeah. Well, I'm listening to it. And it's just kind of interesting to hear how she narrates it, because it's kind of robotic at points. But I cannot recall in much detail. I mean, I know she's trying to write a book, but there's like so much detail in her stories. So I don't know if that's like just part of her trauma or like she's fabricating a little bit of it, or what, I don't know, to like build the story. But she's like 8 years old.
Yeah, I kept forgetting that in the beginning.
Yeah, because the way she talks is like, it's kind of like, oh, you seem kind of very well developed for an 8-year-old or 6-year-old or whatever.
Yeah. I feel like me as a 6-year-old or 8-year-old, I feel like I wouldn't remember a lot of it because I obviously she wrote this when she's older. So like the fact that she can remember those tiny little details, I'm like, I don't think I'd be able to.
No.
Yeah. But
Well, I
I
think
think
because they were pretty significant in her life, right? Like there were.
that's what I was gonna say. It was like the trauma that I'm sure she didn't realize that was trauma back then. But that's why it stayed with her. Super detailed.
Mhm. I also thought it was, I thought it was interesting that the mom was a hoarder.
Yeah. That and then I feel like she's so much put together at a young age with like her
Mhm.
brothers when she was like, okay, because she's trying to go to church. She's like, you do this, you go brush your teeth, I'll clean this for mom. And like I can just imagine her running around the house and like the adults are so unorganized and just like not how adults should be. And she's over here like,
Mhm.
on top of, or trying to be on top of it. It's interesting.
And maybe that's why as like a 6-year-old, she acts so, I don't know, mature.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to stop messages from coming onto my computer. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I don't find it bothersome.
I've tried to delete it, but because I've heard that kids who've been through trauma just like act more responsible
Mm-hmm.
and take the parent role. And I feel sad for her that she's always trying to regulate her mom's emotions. Or
Yeah.
like she can't even get the ice cream flavor she wants because it's like the ice cream flavor. I think her mom just wanted that ice cream flavor.
Yeah. And the mom just doesn't want her to grow up. Because I think
Mm-hmm.
that was she's like, 8 months ago, you like this. What do you mean you're changing? You're growing up. And I'm like, she really changed her mind
She
about ice
showers
cream?
her and she's
Yeah.
16.
Yeah.
No,
Mm-hmm.
she's how old with her 16-year-old brother? That's like ridiculous.
Yeah. Or wiping her bottom when she's like
Yeah.
8.
She's like, not
Yeah.
until you're 10, I'm gonna stop. And I'm like, when you're 10, you're already like almost about to be done with elementary school, right? You're like, what, 5th grade?
She getting
Mm-hmm.
pubes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, unless you mature quickly or develop quickly. But
When
yeah.
she's trying to like stop it by not eating.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sad. I kept wondering when we were gonna hit iCarly.
I know, and it like
I was
hits
like,
right
oh,
at
is it
that.
this one? Oh, is it this one? Oh, is it this one? It's like, oh, it's at the end. Which it's kind of cool stop.
Did you guys watch iCarly?
Yeah.
I hear she talks about her though, that she does bring her up in the book. I mean, it sounds like she might do some like, or I'm hoping it has like positive influence.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like how she, like in the last chapter, how she says how it's like she's never been treated like this by other fellow actors. I'm hoping that it's like a good start to an actual friendship.
I cannot imagine being homeschooled.
Mm-mm. Apparently, and she said it right. She's like, if you're homeschooled, you have to turn in something to the state to show them that you're learning.
Yeah.
I feel like that's too much work. Just take me to school.
Yeah.
Like what?
Because you can at least like play dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And maybe that was part of, I know it was part of that she wanted the kids, especially Marcus and Jennette, to be actors. But I also wonder if it had anything to do with them being Mormon.
What happened to Marcus's his acting career. They just took him on and like he never came into anything, I guess.
It was all Jennette after that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking while she was telling some of these stories, if her brothers have like the same thoughts about what happened.
Mm.
Hmm.
Like how much is like her bias and not
Mhm.
actual reality?
Yeah.
Mm.
Because it sounded like a lot of the abuse, at least of the mother, was towards Jennette.
Mm-hmm.
And then they also witnessed all that domestic violence.
Mm-hmm. I was trying to look for notes, but I didn't write any.
I thought it was crazy how short the chapters were. They're like 2 pages each.
Yeah. Well, I'm doing it through the Kindle.
Yeah, and it's like, well, I mean, they're like 5 pages, right?
Yeah. I was gonna buy the book, but then it was just easier to get this one and just start. And I also tried to do the Audible, but I felt like her voice
It's
was a little,
horrible.
yeah.
I don't like it.
You read it?
Yeah,
I kind of.
she reads it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just monotone, and like I know how she sounds, obviously based off like Carly and stuff I've seen, but it's like I was expecting it to be better. So I stopped
A
listening.
little more emotion, especially since she was an actress.
Maybe. I don't know. It just seems very,
It's very robotic,
yeah. I think
and she's
robotic
just
is
like reading off a teleprompter.
mm-hmm.
And she does sometimes do like a little bit of, I don't know if you call it voice acting or getting into character, but it's not very good. It's kind of cringe, maybe.
Mm.
So I thought it would be good to listen to it because she wrote it,
Yeah.
but it sounds very disconnected, and maybe that's because it's hard for her
Yeah.
to
Which
read it.
that's what I was thinking too. I'm like, maybe she doesn't want to like one, she already had mentioned she didn't really like acting. So then reading it with like, so much more excitement and not robotic would be like acting, and maybe she didn't want to do that. She's like, let me just be real and like disconnect myself because maybe she feels disconnected now from all of this. She's just like, mm.
Mm.
I also thought it was interesting that we're reading this story as Selena Gomez's her documentary came out, and then
Yes. Mm-hmm.
did you guys hear about Aaron Carter?
Yeah.
Yeah, where I saw someone tweet saying like, I think being a child star or going into fame as a child could, instead of being, what did I say? I think it was more of a curse than a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm like, that's true. I feel like most children that start young go through worse, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I think that maybe they have like the fact that they don't have much autonomy, or I don't know what the word is. They don't have
Yeah.
much choice
Yeah.
on how their life is, because like the big decisions my parents made for me was like what sports I would sign up for.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I got a choice if I stayed or not. or like, I don't know. I think as a kid, you might think being an actor is like fun, but like being an actor and like playing soccer is like two different things.
Yeah.
Because you're exposing the kid to so many things.
And it doesn't sound like she really had a choice in whether she can act or not. Like her mom, oh, you love it. And she's like, oh no, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. She was just agreeing. And she mentioned it when it was that whole like dad section. She's like, I know how to make my mom happy. I know what I have to do. He's like, I can't do that with my dad. And I'm like, I guess it goes back with the whole, like, he's just a person there and there's like no real like connection or relationship. But it's still sad that she just wants to make her mom happy. You know? And I'm like, that shouldn't be the kid's role. You know, like you should still be a child. You should do stuff you like. Yes, make your parents happy, but don't be afraid to be like she's walking on shells because her mom had cancer, you know, like yeah.
And I wonder how the mom came to be like that. I mean, they had that one section where the grandmother is acting like the same way in the bathroom on the phone, like being in hysterics.
Why do you hate me? I'm just like,
I thought that was interesting. That was wild.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, it's like she's obviously older, the oldest in that household, and she seemed like she was acting like a kid, and Jennette was acting like an adult. I'm just like, wow.
I just hope the book kind of livens up a little bit. Like, it's just like some heavy stuff that we've been reading so far that I'm just like, I know it's going to get a little heavier, but it's like also sprinkled a little with like, I don't know, some funny or some like, I don't know, maybe some fond memories that she has of her mom or of like growing up. I hope it's not all just miserable.
Well, it's also hard because and I know it's the first nonfiction, right, that we've read. It's just so like, this is what happened, matter of fact, not matter of fact, but like just retelling her memories, which like a little, like every, like break it up a little bit, maybe. I don't know. It's a lot of events happening that are just like showing examples of how her mom was. And I kind of like, we get the idea now. So like maybe just something else.
Yeah, switch it up.
Like throw in some, I don't know, surprises in the next section.
Maybe like her first boyfriend, like something. I wouldn't mind hearing about that.
Yeah.
How she was crushing on Frankie Muniz. Like, I'm having
she's
some
like,
impure
no,
thoughts.
he's not Mormon.
That's adorable. I want to rewatch like iCarly and all that stuff, but I'm like, maybe I should first stop, like finish this and then
I'm curious when she said, oh, she weighed 60 some pounds. I'm like, how small was she? Because it makes me curious to see because if obviously like if girls in her dance class were noticing how skinny she was, these actors or these whatever like people who hire her, right, should have noticed too. Or is that like something that we're looking for? Like, does she not look that skinny in the first season or the pilot of iCarly?
I remember they both were pretty skinny, but I feel like back then it was more of what you wanted in the shows. You know how now they're trying to be more diverse, not just in like culture, but like in bodies. Because I feel like, I don't know where it changed, where I feel like they're like, oh no, let's be body positive kind of thing. Because I remember for iCarly and around those times, I mean, we were all young, and I clearly remember them being super thin. Especially Miranda Cosgrove. I was like, oh my God, está flaquita.
Yeah. The thing is, it's like they put her, she does look real. Okay, so I just looked up on Google
iCarly.
and she does look, Jennette does look really skinny, but they put her in a ton of layers that she's not. Like, you can't really tell. But I literally just looked up pilot of iCarly.
Yeah, same. I'm gonna do that. Oh yeah. But you see how Miranda's also very thin?
Yeah, like you
Like
can see
they're
like her
both
thighs
just
and stuff.
very tiny.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. I do remember, however, like towards the ending of the series, she did look a little curvier. Like she had hips. Could just be her becoming a woman.
Mm. There's also a part where freaking I don't know why I remember this. I think maybe because I was like, oh my gosh, iCarly. They had released some of her, or they had leaked some of her nudes, I think, and I was like, you guys, like, why are you guys?
Who's?
For Jennette, I think.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Who the hell is she sending nudes to?
I don't know. I mean, not when she was this. It was like after.
Oh.
So then I was like, oh no, because I mean that was like, your childhood kind of thing. I think it was her, but I can't remember. But I'm pretty sure she was just still going through everything.
Oh yeah, but she's like, okay, so she wasn't like fully naked.
You went looking for them?
Yeah, it's like she's like in a bathing suit or like her
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. That was scandalous.
Yeah. I think a lot of celebrities were getting their stuff leaked around that time, right?
Yeah, it's all nudes, guys.
Yeah.
I also think, and this is just me trying to make connections, because if you have a mom like this and you're growing up in this environment, it's not like you're going to come out of this a perfect angel and not like maybe have some of the same patterns or behaviors.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the beginning and like throughout the book, she talks about how her mom really milks the fact that she had cancer and plays the victim. And I know that all these things that happened to her are awful, and she was a child, but it kind of feels like the same, because she keeps saying the same thing, that like her mom kept doing these things to abuse her and traumatize her, just in different ways, and there's nothing like new yet or like developments. Like, she's not saying she's playing the victim, but it's also like maybe she's learned from her mom that this is one way to like express my pain, is to talk about how I've been wronged. I don't know. Because her mom was dramatic.
Yeah.
The title of her book is very dramatic.
Yeah. That's interesting. Because if she's over here playing the victim, I don't think the story will get happier.
Mm-hmm.
Like it'll just continue like that. I like it so far.
I do too. I've actually been enjoying it.
I like the way that she started off. Like you can see her humor in here. I just always saw her as the funny actress. And I know part of that is the whole iCarly role. But I can also, or at least it has me questioning, like, has she always been the funny one, or does she just stick with that role because that's what got her through like actual shows, you know? Like who is she really?
What do they call it? Typecasting?
Is that what they call it?
When they like one person's known for like one type of role.
I didn't know how. I didn't know it had a name.
No, me either. I just remember her being funny. Like even, I mean, yes, in the show, but also like outside, like if they had interviews, I felt like she was always the one making jokes.
But
Compared to like Miranda, she's like the sweet one, and it was just like, oh, I don't know. She wasn't really funny.
Says about she's like, oh, you can never tell when someone's going through shit because like she's always laughing.
And that's what I was also gonna say as I was mentioning the laughing and like or like the comedy. I'm like, what if she was just coping and didn't want to show it anything else but me being happy and me enjoying acting and all that stuff. See,
how far are we reading to next?
Next is 32. Oh shoot. 61.
61.
Don't read 62.
Don't read 62.
Oh no, because I was like, oh shoot, that means the next one is our last, not this one, but the following one would be our last one, and we need to pick a theme.
Winter
Winter
is coming.
Winter is coming. Yes, I'm down. Anything related with winter, I'm good.
Thrones.
Yeah.
I'm rewatching the series.
You are? Oh, I want to.
I can't with Joffrey. I just can't.
I forgot about him, and you know how I told you my younger sister's watching it? I popped in one time and I saw him and I was like, oh, ew.
Don't you just look at like, ugh.
Just,
like someone just killed this motherfucker.
I mean, yeah.
I didn't realize. I don't know if you guys watched House of Dragon.
Yeah.
But they name all these people the same thing. There's like 3 Joffreys, 5,000 Aegons.
Like if you look at the family tree, it's so confusing.
Oh, I haven't looked at it, but I did notice. My sister was watching it, right? So they were like, "Oh, Viserys this, Viserys that," and I was like, oh, "Viserys, that wasn't freaking House of Dragons. That was the first of his name." So I was like, "Oh my god."
Oh yeah, Daenerys' brother was
Oh
Viserys.
yes. I was like, who was it? Because she was watching the scene where, what's his name? The Dothraki, Jason Momoa, beautiful man, is dumping the freaking crown, the melted crown on him. He's like, "You want your crown?" Pew. And he's like, oh. and dies. Yeah.
He is so fine.
I was gonna say, my friend told me a theory that she thinks. Do you guys both watch House of Dragon, right?
Mm-hmm.
She thinks, what was that boy that has the eye?
Aemond.
Yeah, that he's the Night King, or the
T.
Because he low-key looks like him.
And at the end, like they zoomed in on specifically focused on the eye, and it was like blue.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, why? And I was like, oh, I didn't catch that. And I was like, oh my God. Yeah.
Ooh,
And don't they have in Game of Thrones, didn't they have a dragon? A White Walker dragon?
Yeah. It's his. I'm pretty sure it's that huge one that I thought it was smaller. Not until they compared
No,
it.
but they had him after when he died, no?
Was it?
Because they were at war and then somehow it fell into the water and it just like he touched it or whatever and it turned blue because he died.
Oh.
And they were able to turn the dead into Nightwalkers.
I thought
it
that
wasn't his originally.
That's what I thought. But then I'm like, I don't know.
Because dragons die too. Like they don't
the whole thing.
Yeah, they do die.
They live like Vagar, like a couple hundred, and then bye-bye. They die.
Deuces.
Why? And every time someone says that, I think of poop.
Yeah, I know. Deuce. Yeah. Well,
this is definitely a change from what we usually read, but I kind of like it.
This one?
Yeah, I think it just makes it a little sadder because it's like real.
Yeah, because it's like it's giving me, well, not really. I was gonna say it's giving me all the wonderful things or all the something like that. The one that was just sad but in a different way. But that was obviously not true, and this is true. So I think it's deeper. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Will the mom die in the next section?
I'm wondering when
what age did she die?
I have no idea. I don't want to look because I feel like there's gonna be spoilers.
You're gonna know when it's coming because right now we know about how old she is, so it's like okay, you're gonna be counting down.
Yeah.
Well, we know she dies before she's 30, right? Because she's 30 now.
Yeah. Well, I know she was in that coma at the beginning. And she was still young because she was saying she was only like 86 pounds or something like that.
Yeah.
Unless that was just like part of her journey. She came out of it, the coma.
No, I think it is when she's older. Because I think the brother, one of them was like, I'm getting married or something. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. One of them getting married?
Or like asking her to marry him and one was moving back home.
Yeah. It's like in a movie or something like that. Oh yeah, Kate and I are getting married. And then the other one's like, oh, she said I'm skinny. He's like, I'm moving back to California. I'm getting married. Yeah, so they're older. If she's like 20s and weighing 86, that's insane.
Yeah.
Damn.
I kind of feel like child acting should be illegal.
Well, I feel like now they could just use
CGI.
I don't know if I told you guys, but when I was younger, I actually went to audition. Not because I wanted to. I don't know how my parents came across it. but I had to do a peanut butter commercial.
Oh,
You did a
That
peanut
was
butter commercial?
no. That was like my audition. Like, you know how she was saying the lines of something? What was the first, like, her first audition? She's talking about, I can't remember what she was talking about.
It was like, it wasn't the homeless girl,
No,
or was it?
it was like a
no,
commercial
it was a commercial.
for like a bubble or something like that.
Something like that. So mine was for Skippy peanut butter. And I had to say that my brother liked it crunchy and I liked it creamy. And I remember they told me, yeah, they told me, and it was like, oh, Skippy peanut butter. Like I had to be, all peppy or whatever. And I just have that little tiny memory. And I think one time I asked my dad or my mom, and I was like, I think it's my dad. I'm like, oh, so like what happened there? He's like, you don't want to do it. You wanted to be with your friends. And I was like, oh, my parents listened to me. Like, I don't want to do it. I wanted to be with my friends. I didn't want to, be away from them if I had to. I was like, imagine I'd be an actress. Just
Oh
kidding.
my God, we wouldn't
Yeah,
know
right.
you.
No, I don't think so. I just thought when she was going through that, I was like, oh my gosh, memories of the Skippy peanut butter. And I'm just standing there in front of like, I remember it was like an older guy.
It's saying you like it creamy. That's gross.
Yeah, now don't think of it that way, okay? Yeah.
And the fact that her mom gave her those Red Bulls
I know.
at like 8.
Yeah. They're sugar free.
When 103 like fever, and she was down in Tylenol and Gatorade like no one's business. That's insane.
Yeah.
Like the lengths this woman was going to.
I'm sure other moms are probably doing the same. We just don't hear about it because they're not, doing what she did.
Like the pageant moms.
Exactly.
Did you guys ever see those shows?
Toddlers and tiaras.
Yeah.
No, you know. The momagers?
Yeah. No, they're worse, man. Like with the fake tan, the fake teeth, the hair extension.
Fake teeth?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
What the like so that they have perfect teeth, because little girls usually have missing teeth. They're crooked. They literally have like inserts so that when they smile, they're like perfect.
Ew.
Mm-hmm.
Ew.
And it's just like adults judging like a line of old men.
My laptop never worked.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I guess winter theme is a good one.
And that's next meeting, right? No, the one after.
The one after.
One after.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Like do my research.
Yeah, exactly. For the people here.
I know our book's gonna get picked.
An alliance.
You know what? I'm gonna pitch Game of Thrones. Why the fuck not?
Why the fuck?
No, it's too
That's
long.
a long ass book, Judith. We're gonna be reading it into the new year.
Hell yeah! Just kidding. Nah, I'll see. I'll look into it. But I think that'd be funny. Winter is coming.
We still haven't done Harry Potter.
Oh, that's right. Well,
I think I stopped at the 5th book.
I stopped at the 4th.
Yeah, it's because they start to get long.
Because Corina moved out. That's my excuse. I was reading her books.
I was like, yeah, they start to get long.
They're like 24 hours on
audio.
Yeah.
Whoosh. Oh my god. 24 hours, like imagine.
Judith.
Maybe I know, ya tengo mucho que leer. Maybe.
I know. I always look at like, I'm always just picking up the free, what are they called? Kindle books that they give you. They're like, available for free download.
Which ones are those?
No, they sent them to me on Amazon.
Oh.
You have the Kindle Unlimited?
I had it, yeah, for like 3 months, but then I like the books that I downloaded on there, they never took away.
That's good.
No, well, they said they were going to, but they never did.
I think I like read a book and almost in its entirety, but I didn't like read the notes on Kindle and it let me return it
Oh.
and get my money back because it was awful.
Mm.
I can't remember what book it was.
I still don't know how to return. Was it on Audible?
Audible, you whatever for whatever reason. Oh my god, I can't speak. For whatever reason, you have to do it like on your desktop.
Oh.
Like you have to sign into audible.com and then you're able to do it. For whatever reason, I can't do it through the app.
I kept trying to do it through the app. Every time you guys would talk about it, I'm like, I have all these books and I can't get rid of them. Why?
Mhm.
What's wrong with my phone? But I get
Yeah.
it. Desktop. Got it.
Oh.
Okay. Well, see you guys next week.
Have a good night.
If you want to watch a good
Good
movie,
night.
watch Spirited.
Spirited. Is it already out?
So I did a mystery movie. It's Mystery Movie Mondays at one of the theaters near me. And I got tickets and I thought it was gonna be Wakanda Forever because it was like you get to see it before it's released. And it was Spirited. It was pretty good.
It doesn't come out till like the 16th or something.
It doesn't come out on Apple TV until the 18th, and it doesn't come out in theaters until this Friday. So I was like, eh.
So I'm gonna have to wait till the 18th for Apple TV. Thanks to Selena Gomez, I got free Apple TV for 2 months.
Same.
Did you guys finish the documentary?
Yeah.
I haven't even finished
I
it.
did.
Because Luis interrupted me, and so I couldn't finish watching it because he thought it was lame, and I was like, "You don't understand."
I finished it with my sister. She's like a huge Selena fan.
Yeah, I
Really-
love Selena. Did you ever see the Selena and Chef? I was obsessed.
She's watching that. I haven't yet.
I thought it was cute. Luis always just talking shit. So like I can't watch it when he's around.
Qué malo. Did you finish, Katie? Or have you watched
I finished it, but I just thought it reminded me because she also sounded very like monotone, like she's struggling.
That's why I'm like, it's interesting to see how like I feel like everything we read is just kind of meant to be at the right time. And I think this book was meant to be at this time with Selena's coming out and all that stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh, you can see it. You know? It's like it was a perfect theme.
There was another one that recently came out with a biography. Was it Tyler Perry? No, it's what was his name? Something Perry. He was on Friends.
Matt Perry?
Oh, is
it
it
Matthew?
Chandler?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Matthew Perry.
drugs.
I
I want to read that one.
Opioids.
I think
I
that would
heard
be.
he was one of the ones who was like really going through it, right? Ooh, where's that at like HBO or Netflix or?
No, he came out with a book.
Oh.
He's doing like a tour right now. That's how I heard about it.
Okay.
So I'm like, I want to read that one. I'm trying to convince Luis to read it with me. We shall see. We did the Matthew McConaughey one, and that one was really good.
Yeah. Oh.
What is it called? Green Lights. The way he narrates it beautifully, because he's just like,
He's,
his voice is just.
yeah, I like his voice. Yeah.
We shall see.
Ryan Reynolds, Spirited. Go watch him.
I will.
In 2 weeks. Or in a week. Or this week.
My dishwasher's done.
Singing a song.
Yeah, can you hear it? Ding, 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 ding.
My dryer does that and it goes on forever.
That's so cute. Help me.
I swear it's kind of embarrassing, but I just figured out how to use a dishwasher.
It's complicated.
It's really complicated because I was doing it all wrong, and I had my parents came over and a girlfriend was here, and she was the one that was like, just throw them in the dishwasher. And at the end of every